Hey guys, HarryWilmington here. From here on out, I am your introvert dating coach. And on today's show, we're going to be talking about why it is you never want to delay your plans by trying to plan it with a woman that only has moderate to low interest in you. Because here's the thing, as a guy, if you meet a woman and you find her attractive and you want to date her, your interest level is going to be high, so high that you may actually get blinded and not really be able to see just if this woman likes you or not. And a lot of times too, we're going to project onto the people that we like how much we like them. So if you have a heightened level of like for a woman, for example, you're going to project that onto her and think, well, she must also like me. And that could be like just a woman friend of yours that you're hanging out with. All of a sudden you start feeling that vibe, oh, I like her. And then you start possibly misreading things, or you're saying, well, she hangs out with me all the time, so she must like me also. And in the course of that, women will definitely be either throwing out signals that they're interested or throwing out signals that they just see you as a friend and they don't want you to pursue any further. But you can't, if you were getting that vibe that maybe she's just seeing this in the friendship realm, what you don't want to do is make the mistake of thinking that if you plan certain kinds of dates or do certain kinds of actions or say certain kinds of things, that they're going to just suddenly flip and switch. And this is extra important when you're trying to potentially plan stuff that you think, oh, this would be a great thing for me and her to experience together. Maybe this will heighten her interest. And I want to go to do this thing, but I'm going to wait and make sure that she says yes to it before I plan it. So I want to give you guys a lesson in that because I had this happen many, many years ago. Okay. Back in 2011, 2012, I think it was 2011. The artist that is now deceased, who goes by the name of Prince. All right. Prince came to LA. And I don't know if he was smoking something or he just had this out of the mind idea to do this, but he decided to have a concert at the Forum, which I lived exactly one neighborhood over from. Okay. So Prince decided to have a set of concerts for like a month or two at the Forum, and he was only charging $25. To put that in perspective, Prince is a legendary artist. He made Purple Rain. He's had classic albums. He's a well-known musician, and tickets to his shows are typically very, very pricey. So the fact that they were going for just $25 in 2011 money was very impressive. And I had never seen Prince before. I was a fan of his music, and I wanted to see him live. And at the time, there was a woman friend of mine who I admittedly kind of had a little crush on. And so I thought it would be a great idea to be able to go to this concert with her. And she had said that she'd wanted to go. She expressed interest in going. So I said to her one day, I said, hey, I'm thinking of going to this Prince concert. I would love for you to go with me. And her response was, okay, that sounds great, but I don't get paid until next week or whatever. So don't get the tickets until Sunday or Monday. I'll let you know by then if I can go or not. So I think I hit her up on like a Wednesday. And so I thought to myself, okay, well, it sounds like she's probably going to go, and I'm hoping tickets will still be available by then. All right. So this is Wednesday. I didn't hear from her Thursday. I didn't hear from her Friday. I didn't hear from her Saturday. I didn't hear from her Sunday. I had to text her on Sunday to see if she was going to go to this show. I get a response from her on Monday that she's decided she can't go. She can't afford it, whatever. And I guess in hindsight, I probably could have been the guy that just sprung the 25 and said she can just pay me back. At least I would have gotten tickets. But I didn't do that because I was keeping her to her word that she was going to go to this thing. She didn't decide to go. At that point, I said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get myself a ticket. And the tickets were sold out. All because I was waiting for this woman who I thought may possibly want to go out with me and thought would possibly want to do some kind of date activity with me. That canceled. And the sad part is I thought to myself at the time, well, I missed out on this time, but I guess the next time Prince comes to town, I can get a ticket. And a few years later, he died. And I never got to see Prince live. So why do I bring this up? Because there are some of you guys that are watching this or listening to this on the podcast right now that have a woman in your life that you may be interested in. And you're thinking, well, there are things you want to do that you're right now putting to the side. Certain experiences, certain chances to go to certain concerts or events or plays or whatever it is. And you're not doing that thing because you're waiting for this woman to agree to possibly go out with you. And in the process of that, you're not really looking at, does this woman actually even want to spend that kind of time with me? Does that woman want to spend intimate time one-on-one with me going to a major event? And then what's that going to signal to her? And then is she going to want to feel those things if she doesn't want that to be a thing, Because taking a woman to a concert is a big deal. I took a woman one time as a first date to a Beyonce concert, okay? Like, she knew I was doing that to try to impress her, even though at the time she was like, well, do I need to pay my part? I was like, no, I want to take you on an actual date, and we ain't got to do no physical stuff afterwards. This is just, I want to go to this concert, and I want to take you with me. But she said she wanted to go, and we actually went. So if nothing else, not that we dated long term, but at least there was an interest enough there to where she was like, yes, okay, I'll go to the concert with you. Granted, it was also Beyonce, so that's a whole different story together. But the point is this. But this woman back here, she wasn't trying to see me like that. She only saw me as a friend, and she probably subconsciously thought, if he's taking me to a Prince concert, that implies this is a date of some kind. I don't want to agree to something if I'm not trying to date him. But she did not just outright say that. Instead, she made me wait for 4 or 5 days. And so women that are interested will do that. Because they don't want to be mean to you, but they don't want to blow you off, but they don't want to do something that they're not wanting to do. Okay. All that to say this is why it's important. Again, you have to live your life as you're living it. And if there's things that come up that you want to do, and you ask another person, they're saying like, oh, I don't know, I'm not sure, well, let me see or whatever. You have to, in that moment, make the decision to still do the thing. Even if you're hoping that this woman will say, yes, she wants to go, you have to be like, you know what? I'm going to this thing. If you want to go, let me know, but I'm not going to miss out. Because what you don't want to do is what I did, which is miss out on an opportunity to do something simply because you're hoping that this woman is going to say yes to you. If it's not a hell yes, if it's not a definitive, oh, I absolutely want to go with you. If it's anything other than that, if it's a maybe of some kind, it is most likely a no. And you don't want to wait on women that are giving you these maybe or no answers, because you're going to be annoyed later on when they say no to the thing or say, oh, I'm too busy or something came up, and you're now missing out on a great opportunity that you could have taken. Okay. So just take the lesson from me. Don't do like I did and miss out on the chance to see Prince in concert because you're waiting on a woman or anybody else that's coming to town or whatever. Okay. Do the things you're going to do. And eventually there'll be a woman that'll say, yes, I want to go, and you'll have a great time. But I've also learned that you don't want to do any majorly big events on those first few dates, because those things signal to women that you're already way more into them than they're ready to feel yet. And so that's why you want to keep your first few dates to like dinners, to walks, to things that aren't going to cost you a lot of money and don't take up a lot of time. Okay. Because women don't want to do these big events and they think they owe you something at the end of it. So hopefully that will help you guys out. Hope you guys have learned from my story. All right. Thank you for watching this episode of the Introvert Dating Success Show. If you found the info in this episode to be helpful, please show your support by clicking on the tip jar tab, the link of which can be found at the website and in the description below. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment on this episode, and catch new episodes right here on YouTube or wherever podcasts can be found. In the meantime, be sure to check out these other episodes so you too can learn to date as your introverted self while still getting your precious alone time. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.